goalkeeper for the United States as well, Ethan Horvath. Welcome to Morning Footy. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
We are absolutely thrilled to have you here. Take us back to last week, all right? And that match against Sunderland. You guys win 2-0. Absolutely incredible scenes in Luton. What was that experience like?
No, it was fantastic. You know, we knew we had a job to do that day, and we did the game plan to perfection. We came out and got the result that we needed. And yeah, you know, it's all the fans running on the field, the whole team, the whole city's buzzing for the final now.
Ethan, you've kind of taken the world by storm with the story of Luton Town, how you've come out on loan, and now you're in this position to be promoted to the Premier League. What has surprised you about this season?
To be honest, not a lot has surprised me. I mean, last year Luton made the playoffs, and were narrowly defeated. So, you know, when it came up that I could possibly be going to Luton on loan, it was kind of a no-brainer decision to get some games, and just came into the season with an open mind and just a mentality to, you know, when I came, they laid out their goals and ambitions on the table, and what they said, it really spoke to me, and you know, I just wanted to be a part of that, and we're one game away from goals and ambitions a reality.
How's the anticipation been building? This is a $200 million game on your hands.
Yeah, it's a big game, you know. You know, I'm lucky enough to have been a part of it with Nottingham last year to reach it to the final. Luton has also that experience from last year and this year, so which I think helped us a lot going into the semifinal game against Sunderland. You know, so we kind of had that. Everyone had that feeling of what the playoffs are going to be like. There wasn't any surprises. You know, I was through the playoffs last year with Nottingham. Luton were in the playoffs last year, so we were well prepared for that. And so now going to the final, you know, like you say, it's a different ball game. It's one of the biggest money games I think there is, and so, you know, there is that pressure on it, but I mean, at the same time, it is still just a game. You know, you still kind of have to put the spectacle of going to Wembley behind you, the amount of fans that are going to be there, because at the end of the game, it's still 11v11 and it's a football game.
Ethan, I've kind of watched you as you developed as a youth international, under 20s, and worked your way up.
Yeah.
You're 27 years old. You're young for a keeper, and you've played in some massive games. How have you developed as of late? Because it feels like now you're putting in these incredible performances. You're second in the English Championship in terms of clean sheets. Where have you developed the most?
To be honest, I think this year has been the most beneficial for me, because like deep down, I know what I'm capable. I know what I'm capable of doing and showing. So this year, just getting that number of games under my belt, I think was crucial and beneficial, because I mean, we can all be the best training player as possible as we can be. So to get that many games under my belt this year, I think was very beneficial. So, you know, I just think as the season grew, each game I just got better and more confident. And I think it's not just myself, as the team as well. As each game went, you know, we went on a run of 16, 17 games unbeaten, you know. So like, as each game went along, as a team and as an individual, we just kept getting stronger. And you know, this year we haven't lost 2 games back to back, and that's what we showed after the first game away Sunderland. We came back and responded, and that's what this team does. We respond. So we just got to take that into the game on Saturday.
What did you learn last year in with the game with Nottingham Forest, getting promoted into the Premier League? What did you learn? And do any of the other players on Luton Town come to you for advice? What advice do you give them about this game? Because there's so much pressure, I'm sure.
I haven't given them so much advice on the game itself, you know. It's been a lot on the penalty situation, because last year with Nottingham, we had to beat Sheffield in the penalty shootout. So just the whole, you know, there's just a lot of mind games behind that, and just like research behind stuff like that. What can make your team have that slight edge and something like that, you know. But I've tried my best just to take away the whole day, you know, because going to Wembley, you know, this will be my third time going to Wembley. It's a day in itself, you know. It's 90 plus 100,000 fans going to the game, you know. So just trying to take that part away from it, just to, you know, yes, this is a big game and there's going to be loads of fans and loads of people, but at the end of the day, it's still just a football game, and we just got to focus on ourselves and the game plan we're trying to put into play.
Ethan, I want to shift to the national team. I'm sure you saw this week that longtime El Tri midfielder, who you know very well from the last Nations League final, Andres Guardado, retired, so you can't save his penalties anymore. What was that experience like for you? Because I know from the desk, it was myself, Clint Dempsey, Aguchi Onyewu, Mauricio Du. We're watching, and we're jumping, we're celebrating like we're little kids. And we saw how the team responded around you, and what an important performance it was coming in as a substitute. What did that do for you in your career? And where is this national team going, since you've been around it now, that you've been a part of a World Cup and you've seen this young group grow?
Yeah, that was massive for on a personal level for myself. You know, I was going through a rough time in my life, in my football career. Don't want to get into details, but it was just a rough couple of years. And for that moment to happen, it meant the world to me, for myself and for the team. You know, a lot of the guys know how hard I work on and off the field. I'm very close to everyone on the team. So yeah, that was a very special moment for me, especially in my hometown of Denver. Yeah, and this national team, you know, I don't think you need me to tell you, but a lot of the guys are doing their own talking as well at their own clubs. But we're doing something special. We're creating something special. You know, this past World Cup, I think, was just a little glimpse of what we can accomplish and what we can achieve. By the time the next World Cup comes, 2026, in our home country, you know, many of these guys will be older, even more experienced. So, you know, I think this past World Cup was just a little glimpse of what we can accomplish. And in 2026, I think you're going to see an even more hungrier team out there.
I want to give a little nugget of what happened in the Nations League final against Mexico. When they fouled Pulisic, Ethan comes over to me and he asked me, was it a penalty or not, because we had the monitor. And he comes over and he looks at the monitor, and we're debating back and forth. I don't know if you remember, Ethan. And for me, I was like, I don't think so. And Ethan goes, I've seen those given. And they ended up giving the penalty kick. I don't know if you remember that moment, but you had a good eye.
Yeah, I remember, because I didn't, I wasn't 100% sure what was going on, because I think from my memory, it was from a corner kick. And it was just something that just happened, and obviously I'm not going to go run over to the VAR and check it out. So I was hopeful for you guys to be there.
Ethan, you mentioned it that it was a really difficult time up until that Nations League final. Were your teammates aware of that moment? Because it seemed like it was such a relief for you to win, that they were so happy for you. And were they clued in on some of the struggles you were going on, or they could sense it?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, Christian would be, because I speak to him about this stuff. You know, we speak about we keep in touch, check in on how we're doing. So he would be the most privy to that information. But I think they could just sense it. You know, that just probably sense it through my actions and my body language and stuff.
Ethan, I know you're obviously away from home right now, and maybe missing some things from back in the States. What do you miss the most about living in America? Is it the food? Is it the family? What is it?
Oh, I mean, I've been in Europe now for 10, 11, 12 years. I can't even remember anymore. I mean, for me, it's whenever I go back, first thing you gotta do is grab a Chick-fil-A, you know? So that's gotta be the number one thing.
Spicy or regular? Spicy or regular chicken sandwich?
Just a regular.
Just the regular, okay.
Yeah.
Good
All right,
stuff.
hold on. What time are you going to bed and watching these Nuggets games?
No, I don't watch. Don't get me in trouble. I just watch the highlights.
Hey, waffle fries or regular fries at Chick-fil-A?
Waffle, 100%.
Didn't even hesitate.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Ethan.
We'll have to try to get him some ahead of the that final.
Yeah,
ship
we'll
them
see you in
Yes,
Vegas,
we'll-
Ethan.
Exactly. Ethan, we appreciate your time so much. Hey, best of luck against Coventry. We'll be rooting for you.